3, 2, 1.
Are we live?
We should be live. I think
we
we're
live?
good.
I'm just double checking my wall. Let's see.
It'll take a second.
Oh, I know. It's going to take a second.
It's going to take a second.
It's going to take a second. It's going to take, yeah, we live. We live, dude. We
good?
We're live.
Okay.
It's the Fun with Foobz and Chris. It's the Fun with Foobz and Chris. It's the Fun with Foobz and Fun with Foobz. It's the Fun with Foobz and Chris. Pump it, pump with Foobz and Chris. Pump it, pump it, pump it. Fun with Foobz and pump it, pump it, pump it. Oh, I forgot to really up things, so I gotta get that shit out.
Gotta get that out of there.
Gotta get that out of frame there, laddie.
Are we in frame?
Oh, we're in frame.
Are we in frame?
Yeah, we good.
Oh, we good?
We good.
Are we on?
We on. Yeah.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the podcast number 12. The Fun with Foobz and Chris. Your favorite. We're doing it again, buddy. Join here with my co-host.
It's a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
So let's get it started with some sponsors out of the way here, ladies and gentlemen.
Get those out of the way.
Our first sponsor. So now all that. The first sponsor, Curly's Coils. For your harder, better, faster, stronger vaping needs, ladies and gentlemen, get to the gentlemen at Curly's Coils. Anything that you need. They got alien heads. They got normal coils. Really, they got everything. They got everything you need. It's all there. Just get a message them. Just message them. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we have a other sponsor that we always give shout-outs to on this podcast. Because they're a loving sponsor to the podcast. Reformed Theaters, ladies and gentlemen, for their up-and-coming play, Dying to Meet You, which is a hilarious, fast-moving comedy, ladies and gentlemen. Richard and his wife Barbara accidentally offer the same room and lodgings to a young undertaker and a young woman who has the mafia after her. Confusion, panic, cross-dressing, and many misunderstandings abound in this great night of theater. Tickets are available at ticketpro.com for the February 23rd and 24th showings at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Pacific time.
Mountain time?
Mountain time. There we go.
Mountain time?
$18 at the door and online, ladies and gentlemen. Get to them. It's going to be a great show. Hopefully, we're going to have the director on pretty soon for those shows, too.
Probably within the next 2 weeks.
Hopefully. We'll even go just straight to his house and do it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Also, we give shout-outs to our boys at Daddy-O's Sports Saskatchewan. Chris, tell them where that is.
It is at 10309A 100th Avenue, guys. They're open from Monday to Friday from 10:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday at 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can also get more info at www.daddyos.com. You can get all your fine smoking accessories from them. You can get a lot of stuff from them. They got all the Rick and Morty merchandise if you're into that. And, they're great guys. They've helped us here and there, and we want to help them too.
Exactly, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so if you want to get more content, obviously you know where to get some of this content, and if you don't by now, we're here to show you. All you got to do is if you want to see this podcast after it's done, ladies and gentlemen, of course you can get any of the podcasts before too at Fun with Foobz and Chris channel, ladies and gentlemen, or you can go to our Snapchats for a lot of the background content that we have right before the podcast and right after. Or random ass bullshit. You go to our Snapchat. Mine is Foobz77. Chris's is Total Rockers. And our Instagram, as you see with all the pretty little stars that it took me a long time to draw up there, the Fun with Foobz and Chris Instagram. And you can also check a lot of our content that we're also going to have afterwards, where it's funny memes, funny statuses, whatever it's going to be. Check it all out at the Fun with Foobz and Chris Facebook page. Also, we love to give shout-outs, of course, to all the people that have ever helped us on this podcast. Well, of course, to our logo winner, Joe Lane, and our giveaway winner of last year, right before Christmas, Logan McKellar. Congratulations to you guys, and we thank you again for being part of the experience that we have.
Always a pleasure.
Also, with that being said, in the next couple of weeks, we're going to have some more shout-outs, some more sponsors, and more plugins to have at the beginning of the sponsorships, at the beginning of the podcast. So if you want to be part of that, just message us, tell us what you're trying to plug and stuff like that, and we'll be happy to help you any which way that we can.
Yep.
So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. We're going to start with community. Start about talking to the news. Thing that's going around in Fort Saskatchewan, ladies and gentlemen. The first thing is we had a lot of teenagers doing some harassment in Walmart. We can't do any names, so we're not going to do any names.
Legally, we can't.
Not legally, even though we all know I like to do things illegal. Woo!
Yeah, let's not get involved.
I know. Basically, just to let you know what was happening is on Facebook, there was a post about a lady and a woman. A lady and a young man that were basically harassing a friend of mine who was just walking around. I've seen this person there a few times, as of other people who view the podcast and go on FunwithFoobz. They all basically tore these people apart. And to be honest, I'm not exactly that mad at it because they kind of deserve it. If you're going to sit around Walmart as one of your, pastime activities, walking around and harassing people because they're just shopping and
like if you really have nothing better to do than walk around Walmart and harass people just doing shopping, like maybe you need to be doing something else. Maybe you get a different kind of hobby there.
Yeah, and maybe there are, to say, like, not to say bigger problems in our town, but one of the things that was posted on FunwithFoobz is what are these these kids, these teenagers supposed to do? The skate park isn't that big. Everything else you really got to pay for, except for Spray Park that put that little workout area there.
But I don't want to use them as an example to paint.
No, and that's the thing. But a lot of people were saying that too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, it's all about the parenting. Mm-hmm. It literally is all about the parenting.
I don't even want to attack her as a
parent.
Like, nothing to do with that.
We're literally just informing of what the situation was.
But it was basically like just someone two teenagers following a lady and harassing her and consistently bugging her and yada yada yada.
And it was bad. It was bad to see. And to be honest, like I said, the whole the kids getting torn apart on Facebook and on FunwithFoobz and just their pictures being plastered everywhere and stuff like that. With the apology that happened and all that, I think that's where it needs to end.
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, I think at this point that I don't know if that post has been removed.
Yes, it has.
Okay, good.
It's definitely gone.
I'm thinking that was the right decision. Get that out of the way. Obviously, people were frustrated by it. That's perfectly acceptable.
Completely.
But the situation, the situation is dealt with now. They don't have to have their pictures posted everywhere.
But
they're still just kids. They make stupid decisions, right?
Yep.
Like everyone's done that.
And not to be like that person, but to all those kids, I guess you would say, or young adults out there, if you're gonna do stupid stuff like that, and I'm not condoning these actions, I'm really not, but I am just saying, I'm just saying, if you're gonna do this stuff, don't get caught. There's social media and stuff like that out there now that your whole life is gonna get torn apart.
Pretty sure they've got that clued out for them.
Yeah, and the sad part is, when I was growing up, we didn't have social media to that extent. And believe me, if people could have pulled out phones and recorded me at some parties, you think I'd be doing this podcast right now?
Yeah.
Fuck
It's the same thing with me, man.
Exactly. So you gotta learn, you gotta realize that everybody's watching, Big Brother's watching, every camera's listening. It's a sad reality, so, just don't be that dumb. Yeah, don't be that dumb.
Don't be a dick. Yeah, that's basically how it goes.
And fuck Jeff, man.
Yeah, also fuck Jeff.
Fuck Jeff. Hashtag fuck Jeff.
Yeah, we really need to get that going.
Yeah, we're gonna make shirts that have, our logo and on the back.
Pretty sure I don't have Twitter yet, but I'm gonna make it, and it's literally gonna be called Fuck Jeff. That's gonna be the Twitter account name.
So here's the best part, though. My sister actually works in Thunder Bay at a t-shirt factory.
Oh, yeah?
So, and I told her, I was like, well, we're not going to make any shirts unless I contact you first, kind of thing. So,
see, I was looking at, Staples and stuff.
Yeah,
it's expensive.
Me too, but then she brought that up, and I was like, yeah, that works.
Yeah.
The next thing that we have on the community here is the Fort Council has approved community-initiated projects policy.
Yep.
What is that? Chris, please tell us.
It is the Fort Saskatchewan City Council agreed to a policy that allows organizations and sports teams to apply for funding. Council approved the community initiative projects policy as of Tuesday, January 23rd meeting. The city's recreational facilities and parks master's plan update, or this crazy ass abbreviation they have there, was formed in December 2015. Following that, we've had the gymnastics club and the Alberta Junior Hockey League, the AJHL, come forward. Which neither... fuck, I can't read this shit.
Okay, buddy. You got this.
I'm so blind! Fucking... yada, 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 yada. Which neither one was part of the plan, said Mayor Gail Gulcher.
Yeah.
The new policy would actually provide them with the tools required to fill out the proper application to get it through the process and work its way through council. So essentially, it's additional funding for sports teams, local sports teams.
And it's to help with any type of, say, like arenas or sportsplexes that could come into this town later on.
Yes.
Which is smart, because if we want to start getting a little bit more of, say, the hockey players or any of the gymnastics, which I'm starting to hear is actually pretty insane in this town, too.
Yeah.
If you want to get more participation and stuff like that, when you're starting to hear outside perspectives, like, good job, City Council, for starting to put that stuff through, because that's where you start getting, say, like myself, I got something on my lip. When you start getting people like myself, where I'm going to have a daughter later on, and I want to be able to just, go and see a hockey game, whether it's at a community level or where it's at an AJHL level or an AHL level, or we're never going to get an NHL level, but I have the NHL level at Edmonton. So it's really cool to see that the Ford is actually looking towards the future when it comes to the sporting and stuff like that, which, could possibly translate into less of the stuff that you've heard about on Walmart just previously.
Yeah.
So there's that. One of the last things that we got two more things for community. The Fort Sask man, among those charged in the record-breaking cash seizure. Chris is just going to give a little breakdown. Do you have that?
I can't actually find it.
No? Okay, well, I'll just talk about that then quick. Again, we can't say any names. I know it was a 25-year-old man that was part of one of the biggest cash seizures with drugs and stuff like that in this county's history. It was something stupid, like $400+ million worth of guns and cash and drugs seized, anywhere between methamphetamines, cocaine, and the fentanyl. It's weird. The reason why I wanted to bring it up is it's weird to see this happening in Fort Saskatchewan. I know I've only been here for so long, and I can't speak for the things that have happened in the past and stuff like that, but this is a very small community. This small community, as long as you have some people growing up in this from years on end, we can all help by word of mouth to keep this kind of shit out of our town. I know, a lot of our viewers on this podcast too are from Thunder Bay, but they know just as well as me that Thunder Bay has had some of the highest crime rates, some of the worst murder rates per capita and stuff like that. And to be honest, it's all started from becoming a small town and growing, and no one doing anything about it. Also taking away the HA. But with this community, it's still very small. Since I've been here, it's only gained about maybe 8,000 to 10,000 people, if that.
We can technically say their names if we want, because they're adults.
Yes, but, still. And so with that being said, us as a community should probably get together, not to say ban and stuff like that, but we have to do something to keep this kind of shit out of our community. Because I have a daughter now, and, ever since having my daughter, I've gotten a whole new perspective on this community and stuff like that, and seeing these kids do exactly what I did when I was younger. You know what? It's karma on my part because I'm just starting to realize it now, and I totally understand that. But on the flip side of it is, we got to protect it. This is our community now, and you guys have kind of accepted me into it. Well, I mean, most of you. And we gotta start engaging. We gotta start, if you see things or you think people are a little sketchy, we just gotta take the appropriate steps in order to keep this community safe. With that also being said, segue into the theft that we had the other day at 7-Eleven, that lockdown downtown that had some of the schools on, I guess that would be the east side of town.
Yeah, it was in the old downtown area.
Yeah,
by the,
some of the schools went on lockdown and stuff like that.
Well, secure and hold.
Yeah, secure and hold.
There is a difference with the lockdown and secure and hold.
Yes, I know a couple were on lockdown technically, though.
I'm not 100% on
No? Okay. But Chris, actually, you had some information about the theft that happened.
I ran into the guy that was at the store at the time. I believe he's the manager at the store. I talked to him a few hours after that. I caught him as he was leaving the store for the day. And it was crazy. Guy pulled a gun, whole 9 yards. Guess he didn't get away with much. Then again, most convenience stores don't have much
you're only
money.
going to get a couple $100 out of the till.
But then I don't know if they ever caught the guy either, eh?
No, they haven't.
I don't think they have.
No,
so this guy walked in, pulled a gun, stole a couple bucks, and
and that's the thing. It's weird because you don't really think of that happening in a fort.
It's happening more often. There was that theft at the 7-Eleven by the West Park area just a little while ago as well. I don't know if that was a gun too, or if that was just like a knife.
I think it was a knife. I think.
Yeah,
I think that's what
a knife is scary as hell.
Close
place like that.
But there is a counter, but they can hop over the counter, and I get that. Yeah. But that's why one of the reasons we plugged this in right before we did this, as everyone knows, I make more of the list of what we're going to talk about on the podcast. Chris and me get together and we form what the podcast is. And he wanted to speak about this a little bit more. And so the reason I wanted to bring this up is because a lot of our viewers back home, like I said, in Thunder Bay, some of them work at Max or some have worked at Barb's Laundromat, which a lot of people know that as well. And all these places where you're not allowed to have any weapons to protect yourself. And I don't like that.
I think it's reasonable for Canada not to have weapons. If they have a weapon,
not a gun. I don't. Not necessarily a gun.
Yeah, but if you have a weapon, you can escalate the situation too, right?
True.
Most of these guys that are going in there, they're just stealing it for junk change to buy drugs.
Yes. And I do agree. I do think that maybe if you started having a few more deaths, I guess you would say at like clerks and stuff like that. If you had like a couple of them die in a year, at that point I'm sorry, you got to arm them. Or you put security outside.
Or you do what a lot of the states do, and you put them behind bulletproof glass or something like that.
That too. I'm okay with that. But that sadly takes the whole friendly customer.
Exactly, right?
And I don't like that either.
I'm on the firm belief that a few bad apples shouldn't spoil the whole meal, right? So even with situations like this, I don't think it's wise to...
It just makes it tangy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like the apple pie is still the apple pie. It's still a damn good apple pie, but you still just did that. You're like something.
We'll see, because it's no secret that I think that theft and all this stuff is on the rise.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. So we'll see what happens within the next few years here.
Yeah.
Because with right now the economy is kind of like fixing itself up, so hopefully people aren't getting as desperate.
Yeah.
But
I got a comment here from Blitzen, Respect Blitzen. The commissary just got robbed the other day with a needle. With a fucking needle in Thunder Bay, man.
Yeah, well, that's fucking scary.
I know. It's
fucking scary.
Out of all the places in the world, if someone comes at you with a needle, that's the one place to actually get scared of.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, yo, give me all your money. Dude, yes. Just get the fuck away from me. Dude, if I'm working at a till in Thunder Bay, dude pulls a gun, go ahead. Take the money, whatever. Dude has a knife. Take a couple more steps back. Okay, dude, go ahead. You got a needle? Give me the fuck out of that fucking place, man. Thunder Bay is not a place to be fucking around with needles.
I wouldn't be against maybe arming clerks with a baseball bat
and that's what
or
I was going to
something
say.
like that.
A baseball bat.
Yeah.
I work at a rebar shop. A fucking piece of 35M. If you can wield that thing, dude gets that in the head, they're going down. They're going straight down.
I'd like to have a trusty 3,000 PSI pressure washer shooting at 20 gallons per minute with a laser tip on the end. It's
or this is for a later on game, but one of these bad boys.
Yeah, with a dart on the end.
Yeah, with fucking instead of the balls just being balls, you just have it fucking full of little pins or something like that. Just fucking
nuts.
Oh! You know what I mean? By the way, you just wait.
Hopefully,
20 minutes and you'll see what this is for.
Hopefully, we don't have to get to that scenario.
No, yeah, exactly. So that has been the community part. Like I said, we always talk about what's happening in
I can't believe you didn't bring up the pizza place.
Oh, Little Caesars?
Yeah, it's open now, isn't it?
Well, I'm pretty sure everybody got it on Snapchat. Yeah. If you didn't understand my full love of Little Caesars opening, you should have watched my Snapchat. And if you didn't see it, I promise you the next time I go in, I'm going to be making one epic-ass video, just so everybody is aware as well. We now, and I say we because it's still me and Chris, but we now have a editing program for some of these videos that I want to do, whether it's Fun with Foobz or Fun with Foobz and Chris or just anything for the podcast. We have the means to do it now. So be ready for that kind of stuff happening, whether it's going to be on the podcast, in the threads, on our page, wherever it's going to be. And one of the first things I will say that's coming up, because a lot of people keep bugging me to do this right off the bat, I will do the Snapchat costume dance thing to the music for everybody, where I put on a different costume and I just act like the person doing it. You ever seen that before? The old Fun with Foobz?
I've seen a few of your old ones way
back
when.
That's the one I did off Snapchat that everybody just was just like, please, some more. And so, to give you a heads up what it's going to be, it's literally me doing women's songs next time. Kim's got a list and she wanted it, so she's fucking getting it. Don't you worry. With that being said, we're getting to the world news aspect. We just want to keep people posted about certain things that are happening around the world that you're not really going to hear. Obviously you don't want to hear, but it's good to keep you posted. So if you are, don't like blood and guts and, democracy and shit, turn away for 5 minutes. First thing, about 8 hours ago now, 98 confirmed right now, and 158 people wounded in Afghan due to a car bombing. The son of a bitch actually used an ambulance to get through security, and then went outside of said
Actually, I got some numbers. It was like, so 95 people died, injured 158. This was outside at the center of Afghanistan's capital of Kabul.
That's what it was, Kabul,
And suicide bombing using an ambulance by the Taliban.
Yeah.
Haven't heard of from them in a while.
Yeah, no shit, eh? They're kind of backseat to ISIS.
Well, now that ISIS hasn't been doing much lately.
Yeah, let's bring in
Taliban's back in the news.
Oh, what does that mean? Al-Qaeda!
Yeah, they never really left, but they...
Yeah. Here
we go.
Yeah, there we go. It's just, lovely. So with that being said, this isn't exactly a full segue, but into the whole, illegal things happening, because pretty sure car bombing's illegal, but you're never going to get tried for it because your fucking arm is currently on the other half of that fucking ball. So $534 million?
Yes.
Yeah, digital currency has been stolen. Chris, let everybody know what the fuck just happened.
Like earlier today, I'm sure if anyone that's aware of what Bitcoin is, which is a digital currency. Basically, there's a digital currency in Japan that not everyone uses, but a good portion of people use.
Yeah.
Anyways, they as of yesterday, they lost $534 million. It was all stolen, which is a pretty good sum of money of currency away from. I don't even know. They haven't given a number of how many people are affected by this.
But at 534 million, you're probably saying a couple million people.
I'm assuming a couple million people that are affected by that.
Sucks for those Japanese.
Yeah, burrs.
Yeah, you're gonna have to fucking find a way to pay for your tentacle porn in that way.
Yeah. How damaging is the loss? So it's called NEM. That's the currency.
Oh yeah.
It was the 10th largest cryptocurrency by market value. As of today, it fell 11% after this.
Well, duh.
Yeah. Bitcoin fell too, actually, 3.4%.
Well, that's the thing. Bitcoin reached its peak, and it's done, in my opinion. I don't think
it's reached its peak. I think it may have reached its peak, the highest point of which it's going to be. But I could easily see that coming back. All it's going to take is some sort of new thing in the market to stimulate it again.
True.
And then it's going to have the same thing where it happened right now, where it's such an aggressive market with it that it's like, you could invest in it, but you could lose fucking a lot, or you could gain a lot.
And this is a perfect segue into the next thing that we were going to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, is the XFL is coming back! Yeah. Holy shit! I'm at work. First things first. Okay. I'm really excited about this. First things first. I'm at work. And they tell me 1 o'clock I'm going to get an announcement from Vince McMahon. I got the thing up on my sheer. My boss is like, hey, you should probably put that away. Shut the fuck up! I don't give a shit. I fucking put that thing there. I was listening, and Vince McMahon comes out and goes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm like, ah!
He's very serious.
I know it. And then it's just, you just see the helmets in the back, and I'm like, oh, this is dope. And then so the things that I want to point out about this XFL, if you don't like the NFL, because it's sporty and it's advertisement and all the stuff that really take it away from the sport, you need to get into the XFL. The XFL happened for 1 year, and if you want more details about how the XFL was started and all that stuff, check out the 30 for 30 special with Vince McMahon and Eric de Blendenberg, whatever the fuck his name was.
Makes sense.
They started it the first year. The reason why it's coming back is because they have the marketing to do it, and they have the fan base now to do it. They want to make the games smaller. Instead of a 3.5 hour game, they want it 2. They want to make sure that if you don't want halftime, there's no fucking halftime. You don't want that many commercials, there's not that many commercials. You want to have nicknames on the back of the jerseys like it was before, like He Hates Me and Girls Cry or something like that. Yeah, we're going to do it. And then people started calling and asking questions about what it's actually going to be like and stuff like that. And so one of the things was, what about kneeling? And he's like, we're not going to put it in the rules, but we're probably going to have it so you don't kneel, right? Because there's a lot of people in the NFL that literally just said, fuck it, we're not watching anymore because you kneeled. And I was like, whatever.
Yeah, this is the great time for them to be doing this.
Yeah, and the marketing on this, because now it's coming out in 2020. It's 8 cities that are going to get teams. Yeah. It's going to be
rosters of 30 or something.
40 people, yeah.
Jesus.
And so the advantages of this is all the players that go undrafted, that literally have lived their lives for football, but it can never be as good as the NFL, where you needed more prime, and you needed more training, and you needed to learn more schemes. It happens. Or if you got injured, You know, like injuries back in the day that the teams were just sorry, we can't associate with you. We need healthy players for this team. You now have a league.
Yeah.
And then
but they're not allowing like people with any crime history.
Yeah, so that was the thing I was just going to get into is what I thought at first. I was just like, you do drugs, you come here. You know, you're like the money signs Johnny Manziel, you come here. You beat your wife, you come here. Like I thought all that stuff was what the XFL was. Now it's like I'm not set for it, but I'm like at the same time, dude, that's how you get views. A fucking woman beating like running back. I'm not saying Ray Rice or anything like that because that's years aside. But you have a woman beating running back that everybody hates is now going to take the ball, and there's this fucking defense that is now going to allow headshots is going to destroy this human being. Destroy. Yeah. But that's what I thought was going to happen. He is not going to let any of these guys in unless they pass the protocols, which I think is dope. So now that makes Johnny Manziel, who is currently signed by the Hamilton Tiger Cats in the CFL, which might actually play either next year, this upcoming season, or next upcoming season. Yeah. You have a year or two now to prove not only that you can still play, that you can get some sort of money, some sort of lump sum of cash from the CFL, and not blow it out on stupid things, right? Yeah. And if you can prove that to the XFL is going to want Johnny Manziel. Because what he did in college is what got people like me being like, man, if this guy's going to do this in the NFL, like this is a white Michael Vick. This is a white Russell Wilson. This is awesome. But it didn't translate to that. Yeah. It was not what everybody thought it was going to be. But it still can. And that's what this XFL is for. It's for those players. And the reason why this is so big is because some of the rules and shit that is in the NFL that makes it just stupid, like the celebrations and the little scraps and the stupid penalties that happen every single day, all that's gone. And you get it within 2 hours. I'm so happy it's back. I'm just very happy it's back. It's coming back.
Like, obviously, I don't really watch the NFL. I'm not a big sports guy. I like a few sports, not very many. But to see the XFL come back, because I watched a little bit of the XFL.
Yeah, I was a little bit too young, but yeah.
Yeah, but it was exciting. Yeah, it was actually pretty exciting. So seeing this on this level, and I know like everyone, there's going to be the people out there like, well, what about a CEM or whatever it's called?
CTE.
CTE. Yeah. I was like, well, fuck it. If these guys know that risk and they're doing it, and they don't give a fuck about penalties,
that's the thing.
There you go.
You're making billions of dollars, and you know you're going to get a fucking concussion. Guess what? I don't care. I'm still going to do it.
Yeah. Welcome to like boxing and everything like that.
No, thank you. Yeah. And it's good to see that somebody actually understands the other side of it. Yeah. It's a combat sport. It's the same thing with NHL. If you want to make the XHL, I'm down for that shit too. Fucking fights all the time. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Go and hit the goalie. Goalie makes an awesome save. I'll smack him in the face and watch the defense just come in and fucking knock your ass out.
You know what I want to see now? You know what I want to see? I want to see a Canadian version of the UFC, but they fight on ice. Not with skates, but just on ice. You know.
Someone goes in for the knockout punch and starts falling, and some dude's knee just comes up and knocks him right out.
I want to see it. I want that now.
I want the XBA. Oh my god, I want NBA. I want Shaquille O'Neal to come back into the NBA. So if someone's going up to do a dunk, Shaq's just gonna come in and fucking forearm your fucking head straight to the ground. You're like, not on my fucking net.
See, I've always been that.
Oh my god.
I've always been that crazy guy that I wanted the NFL, except I wanted no rules, so everyone could just roid the fuck up.
That's what I mean.
just be these giant lump sums of mass that fight each other.
Like fucking Brock Lesnar is a point guard in NBA, just driving to the net.
I want a Brock Lesnar fucking running at someone. Like, I want him to be able to take the fucker down.
You got the Mountain from Game of Thrones, Brock Lesnar, and The Rock, all in their prime as your middle linebackers for the XFL. What do? I fucking tap out every game. I'm not fucking running past.
Then the other team, they've got David Spade.
David Spade's our slot receiver.
Yeah, he's
transitioning in so we don't get too far into this.
God,
we want to ask you, the fans, while we get out of the world news section here. We got the Super Bowl coming up between the New England Patriots looking for their sixth Super Bowl, and the Philadelphia Eagles looking for their first. I'm a little bit torn. Not gonna lie, this is actually the first year where I've been torn between either going with the Patriots or the Eagles. And the reason why is because I hate the Patriots team. I hate the fucking legacy, but their fans are dope. Their fans may be assholes sometimes, with what they say. Like, oh, my team's better than Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. Love crap. I don't give a fuck. But on the other side of it, I want the Philadelphia Eagles team to win the Super Bowl. I don't want their fucking fan base to ever get the goddamn credentials.
Do you want to predict the final score?
Okay.
I'm gonna predict it.
Well,
I'll let you do it first. I'll let you do it first.
So to the fans, you can just message us in the comments. You can comment anything. Maybe what we'll do is we'll take like a little poll here. We'll have if you guess the winner and if you're the closest to the score, I'll give you something. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, but if you win, we'll give you something. Maybe we'll ask one of our sponsors again, or maybe I'll just go out and buy something. I don't give a shit.
You do that.
We'll see what happens. So if you're the closest to the Super Bowl, guess in the comments. Message us. We'll have this thread going on for a couple, approximately this one, and then maybe next week. If we do one next week, I have surgery, but I might just suck the fuck up and do it. So this week and next week, bring in your polls about what you think is going to happen in the Super Bowl. Give us a winner and give us a score. Okay. Outside of what I want and outside of what I think should happen, I think what is going to happen is I'm gonna say Eagles win 31-27. I'm even gonna write that as my prediction. So Andrew says Eagles 31-27. Let's go with Chris. What are you going to say?
I'm going to say the Patriots are going to win 34-21.
34-21. That's a pretty good bet, actually.
Yeah.
So anybody else out there, too, if you're watching and you've been listening in and stuff like that, just let us think what you say. Go Eagles, go Patriots, give us a score. If you're the closest, whether it's not us and stuff like that, we'll probably send you something. Hey, you want a Timmy's gift card? I might send you something. I don't know yet. Let's see what's going on.
That's actually pretty good.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the world news section of all this.
I think we're done on that.
I'm going to do a quick plug-in here of all of our channels and stuff like that and some of the upcoming Fort Saskatchewan stuff that's going on before we go into the Stoner Corner and the game section. Upcoming here in Fort Saskatchewan, ladies and gentlemen, we got the Cole McPherson live show. This gentleman is an amazing acoustic player. He wants to be on the podcast doing a live showing, I guess, like a live song, which we're going to have him on here eventually, which is going to be amazing. I love his work. He's really good at acoustic. Like I can't give as much love as I can. This is what it is. He's playing at the Bears Den this Wednesday, January 31st from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Provided work allows me to, I'm going to try and make it there as fast as I can. I'm not sure what it costs at the door. We can possibly put the link on in our Facebook and stuff like that later on.
Maybe we'll post it on the page there. Yeah.
We'll do all that.
I'll try to make it to that too.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's good to see local
talent.
Local talent. And not only that, local talent that wants to be on our podcast. Local talent that enjoys what we do. Like, fuck, if you enjoy what we do and you're like, man, I just want to come in there and rant for 5 minutes, we'll have you.
Exactly.
That's the thing. Exactly. This is a very open podcast, man. We can do anything you want.
I wouldn't mind if we could get Jesse in here doing an acoustic sometime. Like, once Ian
we'll
gets back.
Ian, too. Yeah, Terry on piano.
If we ever.
Mingle. Yeah, I know.
The guy's here and then he's gone.
And he never tells us.
No.
Mingle on guitar is another one. Delaney on guitar. Like, we have all these friends and stuff like that we can actually have their original
Everyone can play guitar.
What?
Everyone can play guitar except us. Except us.
I think that's something that we're going to have to learn.
I can play trumpet.
I can sing and play a little bit of drums. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, a quick plugs into our stuff is you can check out this podcast after it's all done, of course, over and over, from Podcast 1 all the way to Podcast Now, which is number 12, at the FunwithFoobz&Chris channel, ladies and gentlemen. You can go to our Snapchat, which is the Foobz77 for myself, and Chris's is at Tercero Chris. If you want some more background content, you can go to there, and Instagram, which is the FunwithFoobz&Chris Instagram, where you can find a lot of background content, again, like I said. If you want some of the links that we talk about, whether it's news or, like I said, the events and stuff like that we talk about, we're going to try and get it up on the Facebook page ASAP. What was the other thing? Our Facebook page, of course, is the FunwithFoobz&Chris Facebook page. Go there and like it, follow us. We'll have content on there as much as we can. Like I said, once we get the following and once we realize what we have here to give you guys, we're just going to keep going.
Yeah.
And we're going to make it bigger.
The ultimate goal is to have content out every day.
Mm-hmm.
That's the ultimate goal.
Whether it's going to be the Fun with Foobz videos that I put out before, whether it's going to be Chris's interviews, whether it's going to be my rants about certain sports, which is going to get me started for the sports podcast that comes out later on this year, so stay tuned for that. Or whether it's about Chris's politics talk that he's going to do for his own podcast that comes out.
Got a whole separate thing moving.
Yeah, exactly. So, what is it? Are you streaming on multiple platforms or just Facebook? We stream live. Lance, thank you for tuning in, by the way, buddy. Good to hear from you. We stream live on Facebook right now.
Yeah.
And then we put said product up on YouTube to be viewed later on.
The ultimate goal is eventually, once I get a little bit more income here.
Once we get a little bit more income,
I want to be able to buy the program that we use right now.
Yeah.
Like fully own it. And that way I can stream to 3 different sources. Yep. So the goal is to eventually stream on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch.
Yeah.
And have all 3 going at the same time.
Yeah. So look forward to that in the future. I mean, once summer hits and stuff like that, like we're gonna be working our asses off to. For me, to support my baby and my fiance.
For me, I like money.
Yeah. So and Chris is just basically supporting his habits. Supporting himself, and he's supporting the podcast, which I'm going to be doing as well. So stay tuned in for that, ladies and gentlemen.
The next big purchase is going to be. Oh, I should say, if we do a podcast next week, if you're able to, we're finally going to have the new mics going and everything like that.
That's right.
And that's going to be sick. I have the last bit of stuff being delivered, I believe, on Tuesday.
Which should be great.
Yeah, so that'll be pretty sweet. And then the next thing after that I'll be getting is new cameras.
Oh, yeah.
Because I like these. These are good.
I do too. But we can do better.
Oh, yeah. Eventually I want to have wider angles, clearer shots, everything like that.
I see you.
Because the issue with these fucking things is the thing that they suck with lighting.
I know. I look so dark.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
It's pretty terrible.
How dark do I look to you, Facebook? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Stoner Corner.
Right. Okay. Keep going.
Yeah.
There was something in Fort Saskatchewan.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'll go into this first. One of the first things I want to talk about here in Stoner Corner, we haven't talked about this in a little bit because we haven't had really that much news to bring up. But the first thing I want to talk about before we get into Tilray here, and it's just gonna be quick before we get into some stuff, guys. We should be legalized in 2 Mexican resort destinations. They've asked for it. I think they're going to get it. Cancun and Los Cabos. What they are saying there is it's going to reduce criminal activity. It's going to reduce people from going there, getting caught for smoking God's great creation, which I've never tried yet. I can't wait till it's legal to try it. It's going to be amazing. But what they're basically saying is that there's been a lot of outside tourists that have been caught doing these illegal activities, and it's not really good for tourism when you want Canadians going to Mexico. So they're going to try that. We just wanted to let you know about that, first of all, ladies and gentlemen.
To summarize that, he basically said that in 2 Mexican resorts.
Two
Mexico resorts, not Mexican.
Resort. What did I say?
I don't know.
Okay, cool, man. Mexican.
Jesus.
Los Cabos. Cancun. Also, with that being said, Tilray, ladies and gentlemen, get the deal with Shoppers Drug Mart to sell medical cannabis if the feds okay it, though.
Yeah,
only if that's okay.
That's a deal been going on for a little bit. So I'm surprised it hasn't been 100% okay, considering it's going to be legalized within 3 months, 4 months.
What day? We're in January, February, March, April, May, June.
5 months. 5 months and it's legal.
And then I get to try marijuana for the first time. I can't wait.
Also, the thing I've seen, and I wanted to say, my first time too.
Yeah.
Strathcona Council is managing where cannabis production facilities will be built. So around here.
Ooh.
They're actually going to be building some more facilities in this general area. They just have to get past some authority bullshit reviewing the compatibility of a location.
I'm just stating this right now.
Don't build it beside a school.
If they're going to start making like factories or whatever for me to start applying for,
locally,
buddy.
Oh yeah.
You need workers. I'll piss clean. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
I don't think they care.
No, here's the thing. If you told me you can work and you can do you can grow the marijuana for everybody, you just have to be clean for the piss test.
Yeah.
And then after certain increments, you get tested
secondhand exposure.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that would just be amazing.
All I see is another company I can invest in. I just want to invest in these fuckers as soon as we get names for these companies.
Yeah, exactly.
Them.
Lance, just seeing what you posted there before, I actually have this saved to my link on Pocket. I believe what you're referring to is one of the Quebec things that was happening there, whereas they're going to basically make it when it's legal to, you can smoke it, you can buy it, you can do whatever you want with it. Where the fuck are you going to smoke it, though? That's the problem.
So they're banning it in pretty much every location except your home, probably.
And then even with the homes, like Lance said, is here too. And I've saved this before. I'll show you it. Is you're gonna they're gonna make sure you can't smoke weed in your home unless you're a medical patient. And that was the thing that got me. They said if you're gonna smoke it recreationally, there is basically no place in Quebec. I'm not sure where it's gonna be.
So wait, so could you smoke it? Because I imagine that it's a no, but you probably can't smoke it in the front porch of your place or anything like that.
Nope. Except if you're a medical patient. And they didn't say this.
So it's legal, but it's not legal.
Yeah. So and this just
Thanks, Quebec.
This is just the article I read from Quebec. So you all can blame Quebec on this one. Quebec basically made it so that if you buy it when it's legal, you can get it, you can smoke it. There's just no legal place for you to smoke it unless you're a medical patient. You walk in the city hall, you need your medicine, smoke it while you're in line. Yep. There is no place that is illegal for a medical patient to ever smoke.
That's pretty good.
And I'm like, I can see medical patients, like some medical patients, being douchebags, like just walking through Shoppers or not Shoppers, but like Walmart or something like that with a cannon.
I'm sure that won't happen. Like, because it's gonna be, it'll be. I'm hoping dictated by the managers on those sites that'll be like, hey, look, you can't smoke this in here because people in this building don't smoke marijuana. So just maybe take it outside, and if people are going to make big issues about that, I could see that.
Yep.
I can see that.
Like Lance even said here, exactly. Even medically, like me, it's difficult to find anywhere if I was to move, and that sucks, Lance. Which, by the way, I'm glad to see that you're going to the medical side of it. I love hearing anybody switch from pills and pharmaceuticals to medical marijuana because me and a bunch of my friends have a lot of interest in the medicinal purposes of the marijuana. Yeah. Because, like I said, I've never tried it, so it's going to be really nice to see what actually it's going to feel like.
I think I know what it smells like.
Yeah. I know.
I'm not 100% sure. It smells like what's that stuff
skunk.
called? Like a skunk,
right? It's weird.
Right? Like a skunk.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been Stoner Corner. Thank you for tuning in for that. Of course, if you have any questions about any of the things that we brought up about Stoner Corner or you want any more information, you can always message us privately. You can always go to the links that we can send to you or if we post them up later on. Or, of course, if you see anybody that's commenting, like our good friend Lance here, you can message him possibly and see if he'll answer a couple of questions for you. That's the best thing about this podcast is it's for the fans. We want to interact with you as much as we can. Which is why, after this quick game that we're going to have, we're actually going to just bullshit at the end of the podcast for about 5 minutes, but we're going to open up the phone lines.
Yeah.
Facebook phone lines.
There we go.
So you can call us and ask us any question that you want, and we'll open it up at that time.
The reason why is because I just don't like the idea of you throwing out your number.
No, I know that too. Like 3 o'clock in the morning, someone's calling. I want to talk to the FunwithFoobz&Chris Podcast
I don't think that'd be too wise.
No!
But what we can do is, after we're done this game corner thing, we can just give, if you want to talk or if you want to be on the podcast, you want to bullshit about something, whatever the fuck you want, just Facebook call Andrew.
Yeah.
And we'll have you on.
Yeah, and we'll let you know when that is. We'll basically end all calls that are going to call before I tell you to start calling. So, fuck you.
You just don't spam us.
Yeah, don't spam us because then we'll just block you until after the podcast. That's shitty how it is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the game section. As you know, that we have been trying to come up with some new games. I don't have the written content. All I have is the memory content of this. But because it is me and Chris and we don't have our guest today... but 20 men snooting. Eric, maybe. It doesn't matter, though.
It's only participated in a 20-man snoodling contest?
Yeah. You know what snoodling is?
No.
Do you want to know what snoodling is?
Is it...
So, like, if you're not circumcised, like, if you still have, like, it's basically just, like putting it over the other man. Yeah, that's snoodling. It's fucking weird, man. I wouldn't know. Turn the mic on.
They can't. No.
They can't. No. So we're only going to do 5 questions here in Jeopardy. This is how it's going to go, ladies and gentlemen.
Who does
You got your safety glasses on, Chris?
I do.
Good. So this is how they're going to go. Chris is going to have the safety glasses on right now because I'm going to ask him a question about the Oscars.
Yeah.
And if he gets it wrong, he's going to get shot in the face. If I get it, or if he gets it right, I get shot in the face because there's 5 bullets in here, and that's the way this goes. So I'm just going to make the little game chart here. I will be the one that asks the questions.
I wish we had like a
Will
good
receive.
Jeopardy game.
Oh, dude! Like
man.
once I can get some like crafts and stuff like that, like it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. All right, you hear that, ladies and gentlemen?
It's okay, Bill.
Sounds like we're ready to go. Oh yeah, Bill was like he loves this
He was like,
fucking
what the
thing.
fuck?
So
What the fuck?
okay. So I am basically in a Jeopardy style going to name. We're gonna go best actors for today.
Fuck you, Trebek.
I'm going to name certain movies that this person has played in and stuff like that. And if Chris can get it right, I get shot in the face. If he gets it wrong, he gets shot in the face.
Man, I'm pretty horrible.
So the
with
first one,
with
this
pop culture.
this actor played in such. I'm gonna try and word it differently too.
Okay, you word it the way you
okay,
got
okay,
it.
Okay, this award-winning actor played in movies such as American Gangster and Training Day.
Dennis Day-Lewis?
4,
No.
3,
What the fuck is his name?
2, 1.
Isn't it Dennis Day-Lewis?
You say Daniel Day-Lewis. You are wrong. It is Denzel Washington.
Oh, Denzel Washington.
Ah!
Please don't shoot me in the face.
I won't shoot you. You have to put your hands down. That's why you got the glasses on, man. It's like rubber balls, man. You're fine. This is gonna be great.
Suck.
People, hey, Kim said this is gonna be great for the podcast. Yeah, get it right on. You good?
Yeah, it's
You
all
ready? Okay, you ready though?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna go back a little.
A little ready.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, close your eyes though. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Are you okay?
Yeah. Yeah, fuck.
So that's one. You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
One for me. We only got 4 more questions to go.
Oh my god, 4 more.
We,
Wait, do I win at all in
yeah,
this?
no, you just have to guess the actor right.
Oh god. Fucking suck.
This award-winning actor has played in such movies as Give me a sec.
Why the fuck am I doing
Ooh,
this?
Okay. This award-winning actor for Best Actor has played in such movies as Face Off and Ghost Rider.
Nicolas Cage.
Oh, okay. Give me those glasses.
Yeah.
Give me those glasses.
Yeah, you asshole. Fuck yeah, you fucking cunt. You fucking cunt. Oh, I shouldn't be swearing this much.
No.
I got really into it. Yeah, I could see that as a spot. Was it right in the glasses?
Eyes in the nose.
I thought it.
Fuck, my girlfriend has the greatest ideas, man.
I think your girlfriend's a sadist.
That too. Fuck me.
Or a masochist,
It's
maybe?
1-1. Yeah, a masochist.
A little bit of both?
Like that.
Or she likes causing pain to others.
Yeah,
Sadist.
she does.
Sadist.
Oh my god. That was great. Okay, this award-winning actor has played in such movies.
Did Nicolas Cage really get an award?
Yeah, actually, he won Best Actor for the movie Night in Paris.
No shit.
Yeah.
Huh.
You're also talking to the Oscar guy, right? So.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I love his overacting. It's fun.
Ooh, okay, so. Okay. This award-winning actor has played in such movies as Capote, The Hunger Games. Ooh, Capote, The Hunger Games, and we'll go with Knight of Cups.
Isn't it like Jennifer Lewis or something? Jennifer.
Best actor.
And
And you're wrong.
what's her name?
It's Best Actor, Chris. And Capote actually won for Best Actor for Philip Seymour
actor.
Hoffman.
All right.
Right? May he rest in peace with all that.
Yeah,
heroin.
he's dead. How did he die?
Heroin overdose. you should have seen like the amount of fucking heroin that was in his hotel room. You ready for this? I'm gonna try an aim just for the head.
Yeah, please don't fucking smash me in the neck again. Fucking sucked, man.
I love this guy. Okay, ready?
Okay, yeah, no.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
some
sorry.
serious power
I'm
to
sorry. That one was fast. Holy shit, that one just grazed your ear. Oh, no, it hit you.
it. Yeah,
It hit you. Oh my god, I'm sorry. So I had 3. Oh, my nose still. I love this. Pain is for the pleasure for the fans.
I enjoy pain.
I enjoy
the darkness.
Okay, this award-winning you know what? I'll give you a fucking easy one. Okay, this award-winning actor has played in movies such as Philadelphia and Big.
Philadelphia and Big.
Okay, hold on.
I've never been.
This okay. This, same actor. This actor has played in such. You only get 3 seconds now. Then.
Okay.
Has played in such movies as Philadelphia, Big, and Forrest Gump.
Oh, Tom Hanks.
Give you that one.
Tom Hanks.
All right.
Should said
this last
Captain
one.
Captain Phillip
Or Sully.
or Sully.
The Post, which is the new one.
That's a great movie. Have you seen that one?
The Post?
No, the one where he's Captain Phillip. The plane guy.
I'm just really scared of your shit.
No, don't worry about it. We'll talk. So, you know, that's the baby.
Fuck you. Shit. That fucking hurts. Oh, this is such a great idea. This is such a bad idea at the same time.
Except Bilbo keeps trying to eat them.
I know. That's why I got them all here. All right, the final one for best actor. Oh, shit. Everything's gone. Everything's falling. It's all good, though. Oh, my God. All right. Okay. All right, I got to make a hard one here.
This is the true star.
All right. Okay. This is how this question's going to go. Okay? It's going to be A, B, or C. Out of these Academy Award nominated actors, which one of these has the most nominations for Best Lead Actor in a role and has never won?
Okay.
Is it A, Johnny Depp? Is it B, Peter O'Toole? Or is it C, Hank Thompson?
Johnny Depp.
You say A, Johnny Depp?
Johnny Depp.
The actual answer is B, Peter O'Toole.
Who the fuck is Peter O'Toole?
What the fuck is these? Put your glasses on right now.
Okay, Bilbo.
Put your fucking glasses
get
on.
over there.
You don't know who the fuck Peter O'Toole is.
Who the fuck is that?
Oh my god.
I don't know these people.
Oh,
One sec.
put it on.
Adjust the camera.
Put it on.
Here we go.
You good?
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Peter O'Toole looking motherfucker.
Fuck you.
Bilbo.
Who is Peter O'Toole? Is that like Peter? No, that's Peter Dinklage, I'm thinking.
Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage. Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage. I've won the game. I have. Hey, we're gonna get taken down for even fucking saying.
No. We're not.
That is true.
We're not playing it.
That is true.
We're slightly off tone.
So,
You copyright.
ow, man, I still feel that. And you got the mark on your neck still. So
yeah.
You got a hickey.
That fucking sucks.
I know. These guns are awesome. We gotta get the fucking fully automatic one.
Do you know
now.
how long it's been since I've had a hickey? Fucking
Shit, it's been a while.
10 years.
Okay, actually, let's get it. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is now the end of the podcast, but this is what we're going to do. We're going to open the phone line, which is the Facebook Live. So, Chris, what do these guys got to do in order to be on the podcast right now?
All you lovely people need to do. All you lovely people need to do is Facebook call Andrew.
Yeah.
That's it.
You can start now. The open lines. The lines are now open for basically the next.
The lines
5
are
minutes,
open,
ladies and gentlemen. If you want to be part of the podcast, like you just heard Chris, all you got to do is call, and this is where we just basically bullshit and wait to see if anybody goes. So yeah, let's talk about that while we wait to see if there's a call. How long has it been since we've had hickeys? Kind of thing.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. It's
I'm glad I would both went that. That's great.
It's probably been about 5-6 years.
5 or 6 years?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been quite a long time since I had a hickey too. We have a Facebook call.
Okay, I'm going to answer it.
Okay.
I'm going to answer it.
Okay, let's see how this works.
So we'll see how well this goes.
Yeah.
And people in the chat, just let us know if you can hear them talking.
Yeah. Hello. You are on the Fun with Foobz and Chris podcast.
You need to turn the camera. What the fuck?
We missed the call.
Connect to camera. Well, I did connect the camera and a microphone, you piece of shit. Oh, you know what it is?
What is it?
I think it's on Facebook. You need to allow microphones or something.
Oh. So we're going to get Chris to check that.
Yeah,
we actually had a caller, too. That worked.
That's pretty good.
I didn't even see who it was,
We'll keep bullshitting. I'll figure that out.
Okay, so yeah. It's been actually quite a long time since I've had a hickey, too.
Yeah.
I actually don't know the last time I've had a hickey. So it's interesting. Oh, we have another call? We do have someone else calling.
Let's see here.
Yeah.
He's calling again. Let's see if it lets me do it this time. I haven't changed any settings, but...
No? Okay.
No.
It didn't allow it.
It'll probably give me an option here.
Okay. So just give us a moment here, ladies and gentlemen. We're trying to call.
Something's not working.
Yeah, something's not working. We're just going to try and fix it since we got about 5 minutes left in the podcast. Just stay tuned.
Oh, you know what it is?
Oh, Chris.
You know what it is? It's because I got it running on XSplit right now, so it's not letting me do it.
Oh.
But thank God I have a secondary fucking unit here.
Ooh, so Chris is going to try and fix this and stuff like that and see how this goes.
What? Bloody hell. Oh, you know what we could do?
What?
Grab your cell.
Yeah.
Answer it on your cell.
Okay. See if this works.
Answer it on your
Hello, you were on... Oh, hi, Uncle Jordan. You were on the air.
So, crank it up?
Yeah, we were trying... Oh, hold on, sorry. We were trying to actually get...
Put it on, like, speaker.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out how this works. Is that speaker? No, that's turning it off. Where's the speaker volume on here?
Ah, you motherfucker!
Where is this? Hold on one sec, Uncle Jordan. We're just trying to figure this out.
I think it's... Oh, wait, no, that's that.
Yeah. I got all day like that.
What the fuck? 1 sec.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's going on here?
Yeah, we're going to figure this out here, Uncle Jordan. Give us a sec.
Oh.
Did you guys read the instructions at all?
There we go.
We'll have to have it close to the... There we go.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. So we got you on speaker now. We got you right up to the mic. We're just checking the quality of it now.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. This is my Uncle Jordan from back home in Ontario. How are you doing, my uncle?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm drywalling my hallway and listening to you guys.
You're drywalling the hallway and listening to us. So see, now that's the kind of family love I love to hear.
That's so good.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I was going to say...
You guys were talking about something earlier about, like, where you could actually smoke, right?
Yeah.
So, what we have to do is just wait, for them to make it all legal and, we'll set up, little huts or whatever we need to do.
Yeah.
I just think that after all it gets legal, it's going to be more surprising to see who comes out and actually, because I know personally, lawyers, doctors.
Oh yeah.
Policemen.
Guys that smoke, right?
Yeah, I know a lot of.
It's going to be interesting, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's already like Trudeau himself. I'm not a big fan of him, but he's come out and said he smokes marijuana occasionally on the side, and doctors I know do it. I know like one doctor in particular that does it.
Sure.
So it is a common thing happening. For them not to allow it in your own home seems a little I can understand them scared of it damaging the walls and shit like that.
I can also see that. I can also see them saying you have to have a locked liquor cabinet because it is a little different than liquor to an extent.
Yeah.
So I can see that. With regards with what you were saying there, Uncle Jordan, just so that the fans kind of get a piece of advice on this too. What kind of huts or little hovels do you think that we the people can actually do?
Oh man, you can go on Pinterest and look up pallets. You'll get tons of ideas.
Just little pallet huts, where everyone just put a pallet hut in the random field where everybody can just, as a community, go and smoke.
Actually, maybe a future topic for your podcast, earth homes. They build houses out of old tires and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make your own little vape shack or something.
I've seen a few videos on YouTube, actually just a couple weeks ago, looking up cheap tiny homes and shit like that. And I seen a few videos of these guys making them out of like $500.
Yeah.
And you've got this fully functioning tiny home that you could use for a smoke shack if you really wanted to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's going to be really
Tiny
interesting.
homes that you could haul on your own mountain bike and go cross country if you want.
Yeah.
Oh my God, wouldn't that be cool? Just go for like a little
I've seen
pedal
one like
bike
that.
with, because you got the attachments that you have on the bike on the back. You can just have like this little inflatable tent or whatever thing that you can bring with you.
It'd be hard to do around Canada, but it'd be easier if you're
Not in Ontario, am I right, Uncle Jordan?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Ontario's screwed. You wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, that is
Driving
true.
to Alberta's nice though. You know, like across Saskatchewan. Like I would go from like where I am, like in Fort Francis, in the middle of like nowhere.
Yeah.
From here to Alberta or on is like smooth sailing.
Yeah.
Like going like the other way, if you want to go to the East Coast, going to Utah.
Yeah, no, that's a pain in the ass. All right, Uncle Jordan, we're going to end the podcast here. Thank you for calling and being our first ever caller on the Fun with Foobz and Chris podcast, buddy.
I like it. It's interesting.
Okay, thanks guys.
Not a problem. We'll have you on. We'll have you on soon again. Thanks, buddy.
Right on. Bye-bye.
Bye. Right on. We actually had a caller. I love that.
I like it.
Worked.
It's kind of different.
We'll have to figure out a way to do that a little bit better.
Yeah, well, I'll have a plan for that next time.
Yeah, okay, good.
I didn't think it was going to do that.
I didn't think so either.
I thought it would still let me use the mic
Yeah, that's
on
weird.
two different things. Because I'm doing it through Audacity in this at the same time.
Maybe
So it's a little odd.
That's the end of the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. As you see, we're just trying to learn some stuff. We're just doing some new stuff for the podcast, and hopefully you guys got a little bit more information, which is awesome because I have family calling me, which I think is dope. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, come here. Come say bye to everybody. That's been the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again, Chris, my co-host.
That's a pleasure as always.
Thank you, Bilbo, for being the viewing audience today. And we're going to play some fucking Risk Legacy. Chris, throw that logo up so we can just bullshit here for a minute.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
Here's the key thing. Oh, did I leave Risk Legacy?
Oh, wait, no, sorry. Yeah, we got to do our sponsors again. Oh, my God. Sorry. Yeah, let's do that quick. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, this is the end of the show. Like I said again, so we got to do our, our sponsors. Oh, my God. I'm sorry, sponsors. This is horrible. Curly's Coils. Thank you again for being our sponsor, or for your harder, better, faster, stronger vaping needs, ladies and gentlemen. Get to Curly's Coils on Facebook for your alien heads or your normal heads, whatever it is that you need head. Therefore Theater, we also give them thanks for being a diehard sponsor to the podcast with their new and upcoming play, Gang to Meet You. It is a hilarious, fast-moving comedy, ladies and gentlemen. Richard and his wife Barbara accidentally offer the same room and lodgings to a young undertaker and a young woman who has a mafia after her. Confusion, panic, cross-dressing, and many misadventures are abound in this great night of theater. Tickets are available at ticketpro.com for the February 23rd and 24th showing of the show. And at 7:30 Eastern P. Or 7:30. Wow, I fucked it up anyway. 7:30 p.m. $18 at the door and online, ladies and gentlemen. Get to them. We also give thanks to our shout-out and our man at Daddy L Sports Saskatchewan, ladies and gentlemen. For all your fine smoking accessory needs, get to the guys at Daddy L Sports Saskatchewan. Location is at Chris.
10309A 100th Avenue, guys. Open from Monday to Friday, 10:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can also get more information from them at www.daddios.com.
They also have many different things there, not just smoking accessories, ladies and gentlemen, but just many different things for you. Of course, we're going to have more shout-outs and more sponsors and more plugins to have on this podcast in the upcoming weeks, so stay tuned for that. If you want to be into the plugins on the podcast and get a little bit more viewership to whatever it is that you have, message us. Me and Chris will sit down, we will debate, and we will think about what we can do for you and what you can do for us. Of course, we'll give any shout-outs to anybody that's ever shared and loved this podcast, of course. With that being said, if you want to see this podcast after it's done, or if you want to hear about any of the caller that we had and the conversation that we had with him, or any of the content that we had on this podcast, of course, you can go check out the podcast at the Fun with Foobz and Chris channel on YouTube. Subscribe to us, like us, share us. We'd love any kind of comments and shit that you got for us of how to make this podcast better. You can check out all the background content, behind-the-scenes content, going background again, of the Snapchats at Foobz77 and Chris is at Chris. Also, you can check out our Instagram for more behind-the-scenes content with the Fun with Foobz and Chris Instagram. Or if you want to get any of the links that we've had for any of the news that we've had or any of the things that we've talked about, we're going to start posting that up onto our Facebook page, which is at the Fun with Foobz and Chris Facebook page, ladies and gentlemen. Also, we give thanks to our logo guy, Joe Lane, who has made our logo when we use it at the beginning and at the end of every podcast, and our giveaway winner, who was Logan McKelrick last year. Stay tuned for more giveaways. Keep us updated about who you think is going to win in that Super Bowl poll, and we'll get you next week, hopefully. We'll see how the surgery goes. Throw up that goddamn
Alright, logo's going up. Logo's going up.
Is the logo up?
Alright, logo's up.
Let's just sit here and talk a little bit. You can gurgle on my juice.
Gurgle on my juice!
I'm the juicy juice!
Jesus Christ.
This is why I love the
Juicy.
We can do this and no one gets to see the faces that I'm doing when I go juicy.
I think that you actually, that hernia might be causing more issues than you're aware of, man.
It's a tumor, man.
It's a tumor.
Thank you, everybody, and see you next week.
Yeah.
If not next week, the week after. Peace!
Peace!